Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 171 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
I've started thinking I should start leading these off with just welcome to the Two Player Co-op Podcast. If this is the first time you're seeing us, this is the Two Player Co-op Podcast, where just about every week two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, make sure you go over to youtube.com/2playercoop, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video with your friends, family, and everybody every time in between. If you really like us, you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop, just like our producers Steve Appleton and Aunt Sue did, as well as our affiliates Logan Wilkinson and James Solar, and our partner Matt Mitchell. If you like t-shirts and stickers and all the like, you can go to teespring.com/stores/2playercoop. Also, we are live right now recording this at twitch.tv/2player_co-op. We may start doing we've been thinking, I don't know the best way to do this. We may just start doing the podcast live over YouTube, but then I'm like, but then there's two. Maybe we record it and then just make it private and then do the podcast. I don't know. Best way to do that. We'll figure it out. But either way, and I also don't want to switch back and forth, like having to update the key and whatever from YouTube to Twitch when we do Twitch for video games, whatever.
Simulcast?
No, not that Ernie, Jose, let me know. I think you can only stream to one platform at a time. I'm pretty sure. Using OBS at least.
Okay. I don't know if you can like stream to Twitch and then in YouTube say, here's where we're streaming. My feed is coming from. I don't know.
I don't think so, because I mean, I know you can do like Twitch, you can host other people and stuff. I don't think you can do that on YouTube, but I mean, we'll figure it out at some point.
Yeah.
Episode 171, we've got a lot to cover. So let's just get into it. First,
no time for hijinks tonight.
We have time, but we don't have a lot of time.
Tomfoolery.
Oh, by the way, I met this cute boy
at
Aladdin last night. He's a service dog named Miles.
He got a little vest on.
Well, so
is that just his "Don't Pet Me" vest?
But you can pet him. I just saw the red rockets there. But gross. But his owner was on a tour in Afghanistan. He got hit by a bomb. I don't know if it was an IED or what it was, but he got hit. He obviously survived. He was okay. But the dog also, I don't think it was the same explosion. He got hit by a bomb as well. So over his like right hip, his back right hip, I think it was. Well, I mean, he's only got one hip. His right hip.
He's only got one hip?
Yeah. Well, one. I'm saying his back right as opposed to his front hip. He's got a big old scar there. He got hit by a bomb too. But but you can pet him and stuff. So I was like, hi Miles, I love you so much. But before we talk about Aladdin, I want to give a shout out to Ricky Ticky, who tweeted us this week, and this is just what makes it just worth it, period. Like, this is so awesome. He tweeted us both and he said, hey guys, I appreciate the hard work you guys put in. Keep grinding, brother. And he also said, I've been listening since day one. Much respect. So Ricky Ticky at Ocampo331 on Twitter, thank you so much. I hope you don't mind us giving you a shout out, but it's like whenever we get messages like that, it's like, even if we're having
it's reinvigorating.
Yeah, like we've got the internet figured out. That helps us, get re-energized and everything.
Possible new gadgets coming up here.
Yes, I'm going to figure that out this week. But just seeing tweets like that or YouTube comments or anything, it just absolutely means the world to us. So seriously, we say it all the time, but thank you so much for any messages like that. It's just awesome.
Absolutely.
I did go see Aladdin on Broadway, off of Broadway last night. And it was good. Let me say the two best parts first, and then I'll get into my gripes. So the best part, You Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me, quite possibly the coolest thing I've ever seen on a stage ever.
Really?
It was from the scenery to the choreography to the guy playing the genie. Like, it gives me hope. Like, maybe I should just go watch Aladdin on Disney Plus. Like, because Will's awesome. But this guy just nailed it. And it was like I said, the choreography, it was word for word pretty much the same song. There were explosions, and it was just one of the coolest things I've ever seen in person. Second thing I really loved, they did have the magic carpet. And I don't know how they did it, because they were flying all over the stage and there was no arm underneath. I couldn't see any cables or anything. And it's Aladdin and Jasmine sitting on this thing, and it's doing this, and it's changing directions.
Show you
yeah.
what.
Oh, I sang it. Trust me. I've never. I don't know how. I don't know how they did it. I need to go back and just YouTube like how they did it. Because it was amazing.
Now, did they have? Because remember in the movie, the carpet is like a character. Like he's just kind of. They didn't do all that, but they flew on.
They flew on it. The carpet's only in it to be flown on. Okay. They almost made allusions to the fact that maybe Aladdin's cape when he's the prince is actually the carpet.
Really?
Because at one point they talk about the carpet and he's like, oh. But I don't know. My main gripes, they changed a lot from the movie. Now,
like lyrics or like story?
Story.
Really?
I mean, there were extra songs. Because when you think about it, the movie Aladdin probably had 5 or 6 songs. You can't make a musical with 5 or 6 songs. So you got to add stuff. That's why I'm so interested to see when the Frozen musical eventually comes here, what they do with that. There was like this weird subplot about how Aladdin just wants to impress his dead mom.
What?
Yeah. Abu.
Mm-hmm.
Not in it. Instead of
that
Abu,
would have been hard
I get
to pull
it.
Off, yeah.
Iago was in it, but he is not a parrot. He's just a short, fat dude.
That's weird.
It was very weird.
It's not.
He made allusions to, like, at one point, Jafar. Jafar was awesome. He was like, he sounded just like he did in the movie. He was so good. But he made allusions to the fact that, like, at one point, Iago said something, what do you think, I am a parrot? Or something like that, because he was repeating him or something. I don't know what it was. Or maybe Jafar said, are you a parrot? Or there was something that was like, you're a bird, but you're not a bird, whatever. Instead of Abu, he had 3 friends that basically took the part of Abu. So there was and anything with Abu in it in the movie obviously was not in this. Like,
did one of his friends go up and steal the jewel?
No, he
goes.
That scene not even? Do you want a spoiler?
Yeah.
Earlier when he was in the market with Jasmine, he sees a jade necklace hanging over here, and he's like, "Oh, that's fit for a princess or something." So he goes into the Cave of Wonders, and how they did that was actually pretty cool. But then when he's down there, he sees a jade necklace hanging, and he's like, he sees the lamp, and he's like, "Oh, a jade necklace." Jasmine was like, "This fool! I said only touch the lamp. You are not the one to give." So that's what makes it collapse. It just collapses. He still does the thing with Genie, like, I bet you can't. You're all powerful, whatever. I bet you can't get us out of here. I didn't wish. All that happens is the Cave of Wonders just goes, and it opens back up, and they walk out. But the best part of it was definitely the Genie. Aladdin was fine. Jasmine was fine. It was just so, I was like, it's still my second favorite Disney movie of all time. And I'm not counting Toy Story and stuff. I'm just saying, like, animated Disney. Lion King, Aladdin, and then after that, I don't even know. Because then you get into Pixar and everything, and it's just what Toy Stories are better than, and Frozen is way up there. I still haven't seen Frozen 2. I'll see that when it hits Disney+. But overall, it was good. But me being an Aladdin purist, I was like, man, they just changed so much, and they had to. But you could have done Abu. You could have just had a guy that's like, I mean, freaking Lion King had gazelles and stuff on sticks. Like, you could have done it, but I get it. Whatever. But I'm glad I went. It was good, not great. I didn't think it was going to be great because I was like, it can't be as good as the movie. There's just as the original movie. There's just no way. I forget. Did you ever see the remake? Did you guys ever
the live action?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It was too close to Lion King, where I'm just like, I don't care. Go away. Bring on Lion King. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I might watch it on Disney Plus.
So that was fun. Also, Unity, Epic, and Microsoft pulled out of GDC, and then guess what? It got delayed until the summer. The ESA is currently monitoring the coronavirus when it comes to E3. I don't like it.
It ain't happening.
It's not going to happen. I don't.
Well,
like
I mean, it's June. I don't know how quickly they would have to make a decision. But
I mean, we're into March now as we're recording this. It's March 1st. I don't know. I mean, Sony's already. We already have talked about this so much, but our hype levels are already down when it comes to E3 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But now if they don't even have it in the year when the PS5 and the Series X and Series whatever else are going to launch, like,
it would be weird to not have an E3.
Yeah. And you can't. I mean, they can delay it, but it's weird if they're if GDC is going to be in the summer, obviously that could mean September, for crying out loud. GDC doesn't really affect E3, but obviously you're not going to do them right next to each other. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kojima Productions has started teasing that they have an announcement coming for this week.
Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, baby.
Stay tuned for E3 predictions if it happens. No, but one of the guys at KGP tweeted out, "Hey, sorry I've been silent, whatever, blah, blah, blah." And he's holding a pencil that says Pyramid on it. And I guess a character, I haven't played Silent Hill or any of them.
Yeah, Pyramid Head.
Yeah. And then
he said, "Sorry I've been silent."
On the notepad it says next week. A lot of people are starting to theorize that Konami and KGP are okay with each other and they're going to farm out Silent Hill to let Kojima, not really, probably won't be Silent Hills, but to just let them make a Silent Hill game. I will believe it when I see it.
I want PT.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's
Norman or not. That's inconsequential. Right. I want game.
That story they were going to tell. Absolutely.
Me too. A couple other quick items here. Kazuhisa Hashimoto. Do you know who that is?
Is that the Contra guy?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
The creator of the Contra code passed away. I think he was only 61 years old, which it just seems like he should be older than that.
Yeah.
But I mean, talk about something that crossed over from video games to pop culture to everyday life is up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. Like, even if you don't know video games, you've probably heard that at some point in your life. And do you know what game it started in?
No. I think this may have been a Did You Know once, but I know it's not Contra.
Maybe. Oh, I don't have a Did You Know for this week. We got enough to talk about.
This can be the Did You Know. Just do it now.
Gradius, not Contra. It started in that he thought Gradius was too hard. So he found out this code, and then he spent the rest of the development cycle of it trying to figure out how to get it to still be in there in the final product, to like have enough space for it or something. But yeah, Gradius, whatever you want to say, was the first iteration of the Konami code, not Contra.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's talk about an icon, yes, period. And he was a producer and stuff on a whole bunch of games at Konami. He did so much more, but obviously that's the one thing that he is known for more than anything else. When you create the Konami code, I mean, come on.
Well, it's also one of those things, I mean, it's just a sad, fact of life, I guess, where I know I couldn't have told you his name.
No.
And I'm sure some people could, but probably a lot of people couldn't. And it's one of those things where his name doesn't get out there for being that guy until he dies. It's just sad. But
yep, agreed. One other thing I want to talk about, and then we'll see if Sean's got anything to talk about. Jurassic World has started filming, and it is called Jurassic World Dominion. I freaking love the name. I will say I loved the name Fallen Kingdom. Yep. And again, I watched that movie when I went overseas. Not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. But I love that. It's like when I got tricked by the Batman vs. Superman trailer.
Yeah.
I kind of got tricked by the name Fallen Kingdom. And
with like the embers.
Yes.
And like, oh, this is going to be so cool.
But now this, when he tweeted, when Colin Trevorrow tweeted this out, he said, he showed like on his, what was it? Oh, it was on the clicker thing. It's the old logo.
Yeah.
With the red and the black and I was like, oh. But just the name Dominion, for what they're going for, the dinosaurs, I assume it means, have dominion over our world now.
What were you saying? I think it was you, even though you were probably just saying something that was said online. I don't know if it would have been Trevorrow or who, but somebody had said this trilogy, that World was like the blah, and Fallen Kingdom was blah, and that this now Dominion is the bleh. Like in terms, they're all like different styles. Like the second one was obviously almost like a scary movie. It was like a thriller, and the first one was whatever, and the third one was supposed to be the blank. Like it's more, I don't know what, but
oh my god, I remember saying that, but now I can't remember what it was. I think it was like action, adventure, horror, and then I don't remember what the third one's supposed to be. Not Jurassic Park 3. It'll be better than that. I would bet money right now it'll be better than that. Oh god, I do remember saying that, but I can't remember what it was. No, you're right. It was. I mean, I didn't come up with it, but I definitely said it. Yeah. So I don't know. What's up with you, bro?
I don't know. I don't have my rundown. So are we talking about what we've been playing, or is that later?
I mean, unless you got something else to talk about.
I got nothing.
Sean,
I've been playing a lot of BioShock. I don't remember where I was last time. I think I had beaten it last time.
you hadn't beat it yet, but you were
Really?
getting close.
Oh,
You were
that's
like
right.
10, 12
I
hours
just
in.
beat it on Thursday. I beat BioShock.
No spoilers.
We had already talked about I was past, that part. So I think we had talked, but not really talked about it. The ending was cool. I don't know. There's not much to the twist is kind of like the big reveal kind of thing. And then
but that's a good bit before the ending. Before the end of the game, I should say.
I would say it's at least time-wise, it's probably about 2/3 of the way.
Oh wow. Okay.
But like maybe 3/4, probably more like 3/4. But I feel I'm already forgetting now. It feels like it's been so long. But I think there's just like one main area. Oh, there's one big area and then like the final area, I think. So there's not much more like ground to cover, so to speak. A lot happens, and it kind of takes a decent amount of time. I would bet once you get to that part, you probably still have 3 hours or so.
Oh wow. Okay.
But I beat it. It was cool. So there's some. I don't know if it's post game. I don't know if it's like if it was already there and I just never looked. But there's some additional content. I think it's called in like the main menu.
Oh, there's the Burial at Sea DLC. I know that.
That's infinite. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you're right, because it goes back to Rapture
infinite
somehow.
back to
Okay,
is my understanding.
No, I think you're right. Yep.
But there's like 3 other. They make a big point when you go to play. It's like, this is not canon. This is just meant to be like a fun, like, here, go do this kind of stuff.
You're in this world still. Whatever.
It's like 3 little mini side quest kind of things.
Yeah.
One of them was really cool. The first one. I don't know if you want me to tell you what it is, but and then the other one had potential and it wasn't as good, and then the third one is just like not a boss rush, but it's like arena mode. Like you have to fight. You go in here and you fight this, and then you go in here and you fight these guys, and then you go in here and you fight these guys. It's just kind of a whatever. The first one, I'll tell you what it is. It's just a cool, fun puzzle to solve, and it's like procure on site kind of thing. And you have to go in, and you basically are in this area with nothing, no weapons, no plasmids, no nothing. And you need to find a way. Your objective is to kill the Big Daddy, and you need to like figure out how to do it. It's really fun. I would suggest you do that.
Okay.
The other one is kind of weird, and then the other one you can probably skip. I mean, you can play all 3 of them. None of them take very long. But I started BioShock 2. I think I played a lot today. I think I'm very close to the end of it. Like,
jeez.
Well, I don't know. I'm at this weird. I almost feel like I'm at the equivalent of the reveal. Yeah. So for all I know, there's like a few hours left. It seems like I'm right at the end, but I'm starting to think something just happened to where I'm like, I was about ready to just like
power through it.
Yeah, and then they did something, and I'm like, oh, I can't be that close to the end then. So I saved and quit. But by next podcast, I will have beaten it. I like it. It's almost. I'm trying to think of what to compare it to. It's almost like closer to. It's very much a full game, but it almost plays more like DLC,
like Uncharted: The Lost Legacy kind of a thing. You didn't play it, but
right. But like, I think I looked it up, and I think it's 2, maybe 3 years after BioShock 1 came out. So it's not like they came out back to back.
Yeah.
But it seems like a lot of the graphics are still the same.
But it's still in Rapture, right?
Yeah. The weapons are the same, but I mean they're different, but they all have like a parallel. Instead of this, you have this. Instead of this, you have this. Yeah. They improve on a lot of stuff. The hacking, infinitely better.
Really? How so?
It's live in game, so you can start a hack. I mean, I guess that can be good and bad because you can start a hack and you're still getting shot at. But all it is, there's a little thing that pops up on the screen, and it's this thing that goes back and forth. And there's areas of nothing, areas of green, areas of red, and areas of blue. Not in that order. I mean, it could be like green, nothing, red, nothing, green, red, blue, nothing, green, whatever. And you need to hit, sometimes it's like once, sometimes it's like 4, and every time you hit it, you got to time it when it's in the green. Or if it's blue, you get like bonus stuff. So if you're opening a safe and you hit on the blue, you get extra cash when it opens. Okay. If you are doing like a turret and you hit blue, it does extra damage.
Okay.
If you go to like one of the ammunition or the vending machines and you hack it and you hit blue, it like gives you a free item. So there's like bonus stuff like that. You've also got one new weapon. Gosh, what is it taking the place of?
I did get to the crossbow, so I assume my wheel's full, so I assume there's nothing else I'm getting.
Well, there's one item in this game. So there's no flamethrower type weapon.
Okay.
Instead, I'm like, what is...
I never used that thing.
I only used it at the end when I started running out of ammo.
Yeah.
The other thing you have, so you don't have that, but in this one you have like a remote hack thing to where if you see a camera over there, you can just...
You don't have to get right next to it.
You can shoot it, and then the hack thing pops up and whatever. So the hacking is way better. The Little Sisters, it's a lot more involved. I can't really explain why without giving something away, but it's not just like kill a Big Daddy, harvest or rescue. You do still have those options, but there's a lot more to it. The weird thing, and it hasn't gotten me yet. Oh, that's why I think I'm close to the end. I got an achievement saying
a trophy.
Yeah, trophy, whatever. That popped up saying you have found, you've done something, because I don't think it cares if you save or whatever, harvest, kill. But it said you got all the Little Sisters. That's why I'm like, well, I got to be getting close. Weird. But then this other thing happens, and I'm like, I don't know if I am. But they switched it to where in this one now, square is rescue and triangle is kill. And the first time it popped up, I'm like, yeah, wait, what? Wait, squares rescue? Okay. So I don't know. They flipped it in this game for some reason. The Little Sisters, it's definitely more involved. What they do, it makes sense why it's this different way in this game. It's not really better or worse. It's just more work. Like I said, the hacking's way better. But other than that, it's very similar. You still have people talking to you like through like the radio kind of thing. The map looks almost identical. One improvement about the map is it actually shows you where the Little Sisters and therefore the Big Daddies are on the map.
Okay. I don't really like the map in one. It's just like you can't zoom in. It's still
like that same kind of thing.
Here to here. I'm like, what that?
So they don't do that. They actually have like floors. So you can do L2, R2 to like change floors like instead of just saying Jedi this goes over to here.
Yeah.
They don't do that. So yeah, the map's a little better, but it's still similar. You now have a melee attack. So circle does a melee. And right now does your health kit med
instead of
what
circle.
Am I saying?
Okay.
Yeah, instead of circle. So circle's your melee.
First aid kit.
First aid kits, yeah. So all in all, it's very similar. It's still fun. It doesn't seem to have as engaging of a story, and I don't know if there's going to be like a big twist. But I'm enjoying it. I'm pretty close to the end. I think you should at least play it. I mean, if you get to the end of one and you're like, that was cool, I liked it, play 2. And I think you'll know, I mean, it's very similar.
Yeah.
If you've just kind of had it with BioShock, then you probably don't need to play it. But if you liked it and you want more, play 2. It's very similar.
So I almost think that just depending on how this goes, I've been playing BioShock this week. That's it. I almost would rather jump back into Infinite because it's so much different. I mean, it's still BioShock, but it's in Columbia instead of Rapture and blah, blah, blah. And
by the time you finish 1, I'm probably
You're probably
going to be
into
2,
Infinite,
and then
yeah.
I'm going to be into Infinite, so we would probably be playing through
But
Infinite.
I got to play Hellblade. I've got to play that mostly because I can get a platinum for it. But
yeah.
I've been playing BioShock, so I beat the what was his name? Peachy, the guy that you take the last time I just took one picture. I went a little bit further. I got all the pictures. I started taking pictures of everything, and then it was like I filled up a bar, and I was like, okay, cool, I can go.
Oh, they changed the camera system in 2 also.
Okay. Apparently, I'm supposed to be taking pictures of every enemy because it helps you get better against them. I've never done that. I had the little side quest to do them for Peachy, and that's all I've ever done. Is it worth my while to take pictures of enemies?
If you're not going for the platinum,
okay.
No. I mean, you
I
may
feel
want
like
to
I
do
can-
it for like big daddies because you do bonus damage to them. So
Okay.
that will come in hand. But like the regular like splicers and stuff, it's like I don't care if I do a little bit more damage. They're easy anyway. So just for your own benefit, you may want to do it for the big daddies.
Okay.
But yeah.
That was the other thing I didn't know until I talked to you. Or well, I figured it out, and then I talked to you, and you're like, yeah, I didn't realize. Every time I saw a big daddy up until my last couple of my play sessions, when I see a big daddy, I'm like, I have to kill you. But no, they just walk around. It seems like unless you engage them, then they will engage you and they'll kick you across the room and whatever. So I didn't realize that. And then I started doing what you said. I was like, because there's so many not so many, but a few big daddies I killed with no little sister. I was like, well, what the hell? And then I listened. You're like, just let him walk around. And then the last time I played, he walked, and then he goes, doom, doom, doom. She comes out. I'm like, now I got you. And I wiped him out and killed him.
That's the other thing that 2 changes is in 2 you just have plasmids, and then you have like I can't remember what they call them, but basically your support skill instead of in 1 where you have like engineering, combat, and something else.
I can't remember.
They just combine it all into 1. You've got your plasmids, and then you have everything else. You don't need to like expand this one and expand this one and expand. You just So
Okay.
that's better too. It's better.
I will say, like I was telling you this off the air, I can now see when I'm at this point of the game, knowing the would you kindly twist, which again, I don't know everything it entails, but I know would you kindly means he's making you do what he wants you to do for some reason that I'll figure it out when I beat the game here in the next couple days. But knowing that twist, like the whole submarine exploding thing, I was like, there's nobody in that sub. There's not. The doctor didn't then I get into the garden area and I gotta get the anti whatever venom thing, whatever, to put in the thing to save the trees and blah 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 blah. And because before that, the doctor dies and she's 9457 whatever it was. You go open the safe, then she's got to go do this blah blah. I'm like, she's probably not dead either. They're all in this together. So it's like knowing the would you kindly twist definitely does knock this down a peg. It reminds me how Last of Us, I knew the ending before I played it.
Yeah.
It was like I don't know exactly how it ends, but I know the gist of how it ends. Knowing that before playing it, it does hurtin'. It does hurt the experience.
It hurts.
But yeah, the garden area, one of the first, now the Houdini splicers aren't that bad, but the first one I had what you were saying last week, I had it happen where I walked up to this desk and I see like this wooden mask or something. I was like, well, that's weird. And then I hear I'm like, I can't move. And then I finally turned around and it's just like, blam, Houdini splicer right in your face. And he's like, come here, beautiful, or whatever they say. They were freaking me out at first. They're not that bad now. Because you just kind of got it. And it's weird how the splicers fight each other. I didn't realize this my first couple hours either, but like you walk into an area and sometimes they definitely fight the big daddies, but then they'll be fighting each other and you can like wait for one to kill the other one and then go after one, or Houdini splicer will like appear here because he's fighting another one, then he doesn't see you, so you could just go up and like shotgun him in the back to kill him and stuff. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't have to fight all big daddies. I already talked about that, but the force factor. So I got to the Sander Cohen area. I wrote down here in my notes, WTF, the statues bleed. I beat that area. I did the 3. You got to kill the 3 people and take a picture of them and put it up on the stage and then whatever. And then you fight him and he's in his bunny mask and he's kind of Houdiniing around as well. And killed him. But then I'm like, No, I just go to the next area. Okay, so I don't know what's up with these statues that are bleeding. Will I figure that out at some point?
No. So I don't even think I noticed them bleeding, but what I think you're talking about.
If you go up and hit them, if I hit them with my wrench or a shotgun, it goes with blood.
So if it's the
I was
area
waiting
I'm
for them to
thinking
come
of,
alive or something.
I know what you're
It's like the
talking
casino
about.
area and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, I remember that now. What I was thinking, because it is in that same area.
Where they play dead?
No, there's that frozen hallway.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, because there are like frozen enemies in there. But those guys, if you hit them, they just shatter. But yeah, I remember the statues now. I don't know if it's like this guy's just like psycho and he's like taking these people and just like
putting them in stasis or
yeah,
something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I don't think you're I don't know. Maybe somewhere there's one of those tapes you can get and it explains it.
I haven't listened to a single one of those because there's so many. I think when I'm done with this, I'll just go to Wikipedia and be like, what did I miss?
Yeah.
But I beat that area, so now I'm in the part where was like, would you kindly go kill Andrew Ryan? And I don't remember if Atlas and Ryan are in cahoots. Don't tell me. Don't look at me. I feel like they're not, but I don't know because it's Atlas that keeps saying, would you kindly? Andrew Ryan is the big bad. I'll figure it out here by the next podcast, maybe by the time this posts.
So what is like the area that you're in right
I'm
now?
going down to the cool down the core or something.
Okay.
Am I getting close to the twist? I must be. I figure it's got to be after this
I think it's
area.
right after you do that. It's basically right after.
Okay.
Like
I
within
think I'm
an
in
hour, I think you'll be there.
I think I'm in the fifth blasthosphere area.
Yeah.
The fifth area. The fifth area you take a sub to. I think it's like boom, boom, space, boom, boom. And then I went to boom over here on the top right.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll beat it the next few days.
You'll get to the twist in your next session, I think.
Okay, cool.
As long as give yourself a little bit of time, but
yeah, I think I'll do it tomorrow night. Don't forget Castlevania this Friday.
Thursday.
Oh, it's Thursday?
It's the 5th.
Oh,
yeah, it's Thursday.
Well,
It's probably it's Wednesday at midnight, but
yeah, I'm gonna turn off Twitter then because I won't be able to watch it till Friday because Jess going out of town Friday.
How many episodes do we know?
I think it's 8, but
Okay.
don't quote me. But again, it's 8.
I was gonna quote you, but okay,
it's 8 at like 22 minutes, so you'll fly through it. Friday night, I'm gonna watch.
They're only 22
everything.
minutes. I guess I was thinking they were longer.
No, they're like 22 minutes. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, so I will fly through that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna power through it, but hopefully by then I'll beat BioShock, so I can just watch that. Then maybe Saturday night because I got nothing else to do. I'll either start Hellblade or I'll get into BioShock 2 or Infinite or something. Yes, I said Infinite. The only thing I was going to say, my ongoing saga with Top Run.
Yes.
Major beef.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. One of the trophies that I had left, I had like 4 trophies, not counting the platinum, was upgrade everything. So I did that. I'm like, okay. Oh my God, are you freaking kidding me? No trophy pops. I go to look at my trophies, it didn't pop. I've upgraded everything, there's nothing else I can do, and it didn't pop. So I go to PSN profiles and I look it up, and finally people are they've started some boards about this game. Some forums. I was like, everybody's like, yo, trophies are completely glitched in this game. And I'm like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. So I was like, well, it's funny. It's my first post ever on there. It's for freaking Top Run. I was like, well, I came here wondering if everybody else was having the same issue. And they're like, yeah. People have also, so I got my upgrade glitched. Some people had the hit level 27 glitched. Go to Kataka Games or Kakata, I forget what their name is. They're responding to people, we're aware, we're sorry, blah, blah, blah. And I tweeted them, I was like, hey, I just upgraded everything. And like, I was really planning on platinum this game if I can get through Cyber Invaders, the Space Invaders game. And I said, it seems like a lot of people are having issues similar to this as well. They said, we know, we're aware of it. We're very sorry. We're working on a fix. We want you to get the platinum. Okay, thanks. So until I get an update for Top Run, I'm not playing it again because I'm like, if I would have had one upgrade left to get and I would have known that trophies were glitched, I would have just, because I've got more pixels than I need to do all my upgrades. Like I have I could buy every skin for Buddy and skin for Kevin and whatever, but I don't care. But if I would have just known ahead of time that this was glitched, I would have just left it alone, because I'm still worried that once they fix this, I'm going to install the update, I'm going to open it, and that trophy's still not going to pop. And then I'm like, well, I'm done now. Because I'm not trying for... I've had fun with this game. As of now, it is my game of the year because it's the only game in 2020 that I've played. But if they don't fix this to where my trophies just pop, I'm just done playing it. Yeah. I'm not playing it for fun, because at this point I'm just hate playing it to get that freaking platinum, and it's so difficult. But yeah, until they fix that, I'm not doing it anymore.
I wouldn't either.
It's so frustrating. Come on, Kataka Games. Figure it out. Sean, you want to get in the news of the week?
Yes.
All right. Sweet. We got some major Xbox. If you're watching on stream, go back and watch the podcast. It'll make sense. While Sony remains silent, Xbox is saying, hey, here's everything except the price that you need to know about Series X. This comes from Xbox. The future of gaming has never been more inspiring. Creativity in games is flourishing. New services empower you to discover more games and bring you closer to the games and creators and streamers you love. Streamers. They don't mention anything here about streaming. That's interesting. I just thought of that. The cloud creates a massive opportunity to stream. No, never mind. Console quality games and play with people you want, wherever you want. And for many of us, nothing is more inspiring than the dawn of a new console generation. We know you expect the next generation of consoles to set new standards in graphical power and processing speed, converging together in games that look incredible and feel alive. This will all, you're right there, this will be defined by worlds that are visually astounding and immediately immersive, with innovative leaps in CPU, GPU, and storage technology to give you frictionless access to new stories and new creators constantly. They are talking a lot. They don't talk about anything. They just talk about streaming twice and then creators. It's interesting. I just wonder what that means for Twitch and stuff, but that's interesting. Yeah. We've been using Xbox Series X in our internal take-home program and are energized by the feedback we've been receiving. At Xbox, we value being open and transparent with you, and I'm proud to be able to share details about some of the technologies we're enabling for the next generation and look forward to boldly sharing more as we head towards E3. That's a shot at Sony. Compared to the previous generation, Xbox Series X represents a superior balance of power and speed in console design, advancing on all technological fronts to deliver amazing, dynamic living worlds and minimize any aspects that can take you out of the experience. Our job at Team Xbox, that was in capitals, by the way, is to give teams the tools they need to achieve their ambitions and tap into the console's power with efficiency, a few of which we're detailing today. Raw power is just part of the story. A next-generation custom processor. All right, so this is finally the meat. I probably could have skipped all that, but whatever. Series X is our most powerful console ever, powered by our custom-designed processor, leveraging AMD's latest Zen 2 and RDNA 2 architectures, delivering 4 times the processing power of an Xbox One, and enabling developers to leverage 12 teraflops of GPU. Do you know what GPU stands for?
Graphics processing unit.
Or
is it graphics processing?
I was waiting for you to be as smart as. Twice that of an Xbox One X and more than 8 times the original Xbox One. Xbox Series X delivers a true generational leap in processing and graphics power with cutting-edge techniques, resulting in... I don't know what I just said. Did I say techniques? It sounded weird.
You did, but it did sound weird.
Higher frame rates, larger, more sophisticated game worlds, and an immersive experience unlike anything seen in console gaming. Variable rate shading. This is the first time I've heard of this. Our patented form of VRS empowers developers to more efficiently utilize the full power of Series X. Rather than spending GPU cycles uniformly to every single pixel on the screen, they can prioritize individual effects on specific game characters or important environmental objects. The technique results in more stable frame rates and higher resolution with no impact on the final image quality. Hardware accelerated DirectX ray tracing. So we've got rate shading and ray tracing. You can expect more dynamic and realistic environments powered by hardware-accelerated DirectX ray tracing, a first for console gaming. This means true-to-life lighting, accurate reflections, and realistic acoustics in real time as you explore the world. SSD storage. With our next-generation SSD, nearly every aspect of playing a game is improved. Game worlds are larger, more dynamic, and load in a flash, and fast travel is just that. Fast. Quick Resume. The new Quick Resume feature lets you continue multiple games from a suspended state almost instantly, returning you to where you were and what you were doing without waiting through long loading screens. Dynamic latency input. We're optimizing latency in the player-to-console pipeline, starting with our Xbox wireless controller, which leverages our high-bandwidth proprietary wireless communication protocol when connected to the console. With dynamic latency input, a new feature which synchronizes input immediately with what is displayed, controls are even more precise and responsive.
Are the controllers still going to use AAA batteries?
That's a good question. I don't even notice latency, honestly, as long as you've got game mode on your TV.
Right.
But if they can even get it better than it is, that's cool. But I mean,
it's better.
It's better. HDMI 2.1 innovation. We've partnered with the HDMI forum and TV manufacturers to enable the best gaming experience through features such as auto low latency mode, ELM, and variable refresh rate, VRR. ELM allows Xbox One and Series X to automatically set the connected display to its lowest latency mode. VRR synchronizes the display's refresh rate to the game's frame rate, maintaining smooth visuals without tearing, ensuring minimal lag and the most responsive gaming experience. 120 frames per second support. With support for up to 120 FPS, Xbox Series X allows developers to exceed standard 60 FPS output in favor of heightened realism or fast-paced action. They could have just said 120 FPS support. Like, you said one sentence there, it's like, yeah, no, that's what that is. 4 generations of gaming. Our commitment to compatibility means existing Xbox One games, including backward compatible 360 and original Xbox game, look and play better than ever before. Your favorite games, including titles in Xbox Game Pass, benefit from steadier frame rates, faster load times, and improved resolution and visual fidelity, all with no developer work required. Your Xbox One gaming accessories also come forward with you. Smart delivery. This technology empowers you to buy a game once and know that whether you're playing it on a One or a Series X, you're getting the right version of the game on whatever Xbox you're playing on. We're making the commitment to use smart delivery on all our exclusive Xbox Game Studios titles, including Halo Infinite, ensuring you only have to purchase a title once in order to play the best available version for whichever console you play on. The technology is available for all developers and publishers, and they can choose to use it for titles that will release on Xbox One first and come to Series X later. And finally, Xbox Game Pass. In addition to games from across 4 generations of consoles, our leading game subscription service, Xbox Game Pass, will continue to have our first-party games like Halo Infinite included at launch. We look forward to millions of you experiencing the Xbox Games portfolio and immersing yourselves in a deep library of high-quality games, playing those you love now and also discovering your great next adventure. Holy crap, that is the most I've ever read on this podcast.
That was a lot.
So here's what I wrote down. I probably could have just done this from the beginning, but I like to read, even though I can't do it. 12 teraflops. So this does confirm the previous leak that we saw from somebody. So it looks like the PS5 will probably be 9.2 teraflops. Because that was what the leak said, 12, 9.2. But I assume the Series S will be below 9.2. Like, I think the PS5 is going to be between the Series X way up here, probably for a way up here price, and then the Series S, or whatever they call it. The variable rate shading stuff. They talked about DirectX ray tracing. We've known that before, but it is, again, like Sony has said as well, it's hardware ray tracing. It's not software ray tracing. Quick resume for multiple games. A report came out after this, like even if you shut down your Xbox and reboot it, and then you say, oh man, I was playing BioShock. I don't remember if I saved. Click, boom, you're right back where you were, even after rebooting.
That's pretty cool.
It's super cool. Smart delivery, so you buy a game, play it on either Xbox. So there's no more like, I do wonder what Sony's going to do with this. Like, Last of Us comes out in May. A year from now, do they have the balls to say, here's Last of Us Part 2 enhanced for PS5? Well, I already bought the freaking game. Just give me the patch. You know? I don't know. Next gen SSD, HDMI 2.1, 4 generations of games on one system. Also, Cyberpunk, CD Projekt tweeted out right after this, hey, Nobody should be forced to buy the same game twice. If you buy Cyberpunk on the Xbox One, when the Series X version is available, you'll be able to update to it for free.
Sony needs to do that.
Sony needs to do something. Like, again, Xbox, they've really been hitting it out of the park ever since E3 2013 when they just fell flat on their faces. Ever since they brought in Phil Spencer, they've been knocking it out of the park. And now, like, they've given us now everything except price. The garage door is on our end. What do you think about all this? And what does Sony do to try to keep up with this or counter this or whatever? This all sounds freaking amazing.
So it's all good. It's all good, man. But
that's the thing. I won't play BioShock tomorrow night because I got to watch Saul.
I do want, like, I'm ready, not because I'm worried that they're falling behind or whatever. I'm just getting very anxious. I want Sony to come out with some information. Now, I get they just dominated the last gen.
Yeah,
like,
not even close.
First round knockout, like, just utter domination. So they don't really, they can sit back and just be like, come on, Microsoft, let's see what you got. And Microsoft is coming out swinging. Sony needs to be able to step in and throw some punches back. But it's not like, ooh, Microsoft is just destroying Sony. No, Sony's just, this is what Microsoft needs to do.
Yes.
Sony,
they're playing from behind
to do this. Like, they can, exactly, yeah. So I'm not really too worried about it. It definitely gives me, no matter what, I'm buying a PS5. There's no part of me that's like, well, let's see what Sony comes back with and see which one I'm going to get. I'm not getting
hell
an
with
Xbox.
God of War 2 and Horizon 2 and Spider-Man 2. I'm going to get an Xbox. Right. There's no chance.
I'm getting a PS5 regardless. But this definitely gives me, I don't care. I don't think I would even notice what 12 teraflops versus 9.2 or whatever even looks like. I don't think I really care. I do like some of the features. Now, a lot of them have been more or less confirmed, for, like, we know PS5 is going to have this solid state drive, no loading time, blah, 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 blah. And that's good. In the end, I'm sure Xbox will have some little nifty features and gadgets that Sony doesn't have and vice versa. But it's going to be interesting. I cannot wait. I'm not even, like, I think I said last week or maybe the episode before that, I don't even care who quote unquote wins this generation. Nothing. It's not like I even care that Sony won the last generation.
We don't own stock in either company or anything.
Sony killed it. All their first party games were unbelievable. I would care no more or less about them if Xboxes were just as good. Like, Sony was fantastic on the PS4. I don't really care how Microsoft did. So I don't really care who quote unquote wins, like, whatever. But this is going to be, it's going to be fun. And I have a lot, I'm ready for Sony to actually say something.
This is going to be a heavyweight fight. Xbox has clearly learned from everything they screwed up last gen, and they're coming out swinging. The thing I go back to with this is I can't remember who the developer was, but there was somebody at a third party. I think it was a third party. I don't think it was a first party because Sony wouldn't let them talk. But they said something about the fact that one of the most exciting features for the PS5 have not even been talked about yet. Now, I can't even fathom what that is. Maybe that is stuff like variable rate shading and quick resume. Maybe it's the stuff that now Xbox has already beaten them to the punch, and maybe that's why they did this, to try to get out there ahead of time, even if both systems will probably have some of the same features. If Xbox says it first, it puts them in a better position, period. But I wonder what are those great features that we don't even know about.
But to some extent, it's not like if Sony comes out and says, yeah, we have this quick resume too. Oh, copycat. I mean, you can't just be like,
no, we've been working on it for like 5 years.
right. Like, if they have any of these, they obviously already had them. They're not going to come out with it over like a few weeks since Xbox announced this, but whatever.
I'm very excited. As a Sony fanboy, everything that Xbox revealed here sounds freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And like you said, I echo what you said. I'm buying a PS5 probably right on launch day, and unless it's like $700, then I'm like, okay, Sony, what in the hell are you doing?
Way.
But there's no way. So, if anything, this makes me excited for what Sony is also doing, even if it's just all this same stuff, but maybe $100 cheaper. Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
you know, Xbox, hats off to you. You're taking names so far, so congratulations. The Series X sounds awesome. Next up, this past week, a lot of outlets, pretty much every outlet, was able to go hands-on with Resident Evil 3, and here are some of the highlights I wrote down. First off, everybody says it's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Raccoon City is much bigger with larger areas and reimagined sequences from the original game. Jill now has the perfect dodge to activate your slow-mo counter window. Your knife does not degrade as it did in RE2. So you got a knife, you got a knife. You don't have to worry about it breaking off in a zombie's chest or whatever. However, you can no longer use it in self-defense. So when a zombie gets on you, you can't just hit circle or square, whatever it was, and just stab him in the neck to get him off of you.
Yeah.
That's where this perfect roll, perfect dodge thing comes in. I saw a GIF of it. I think Nibel tweeted it. It's like a zombie goes to go at you, and you push R1, I think, right at the right second, and she dodges out of the way like the Matrix. It slows down, but she's in real time. Then you can turn around and go pop, 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 and just destroy it in the head or whatever. Yeah. So it's going to be a lot. That's going to be a big. Getting that timing down is going to have to. It's going to be a big thing in RE3. Environmental traps like exploding barrels and electrical boxes are there, so you can blow up zombies. You can stun them with electricity and stuff, then you can go up and stab them to death or whatever. To death again. You know what I mean? You can craft ammo again, just like in 7 and 2. So you get like this gunpowder, and then you put them together, and it makes bullets somehow. Or you put this and this, and it makes grenades. Whatever.
Now, if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that was available in the original. Or at least some version of it. I feel like that is where it started.
Really?
It was RE3. And then it kind of disappeared and it wasn't in any of the other ones. But I feel like I remember some kind of system like that in the original. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Nemesis is obviously super powerful and everything, but if you manage to, it seems like you can do to him what you could do to Mr. X, like shoot him in the head a couple times, and he's like, "Oh!" But when you stun him before you run away, he does supposedly drop high-powered ammo and weapon upgrades. You can modify weapons in this, like they said for a few examples. You can add a laser dot sight, you can get an extended magazine, and you can add a silencer. Now, the fact that silencers are in this, that's interesting, because I'm trying to think back to RE2. If a zombie comes at you here and you shoot them, does this zombie over here and they come over? So now you can go beep, 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 and he's just dead. And this guy doesn't know. Then you go over there and you go beep, 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 in your face.
Right.
So that's cool. Fanny packs are back to expand your inventory. There is also an assist mode that you can activate, which regenerates your health slowly over time. It weakens the enemies. You get more ammo, and you also get access to an assault rifle. Baby mode. I'll probably play on that. And they did also confirm a demo is coming for Resident Evil 3. No dates were given yet. Sean, hype level. What do you think about all these little tidbits? What do you think about RE3?
I'm still super excited. No part of me, I mean, I hope to God I'm wrong, and even if I'm not, whatever, but I just can't imagine this game being as good as 2. I mean, 2 is my game of the year.
Yeah.
I don't foresee, I mean, this is a stacked year, so no part of me is expecting this to be game of the year. Even if it's better than RE2, it's probably still not going to be my game of the year, which is crazy. I'm looking forward to it, but I don't have super favorable memories, thoughts, whatever, of the original. Now, the original RE2 was one of my favorite. It was one of my favorite Resident Evil games. It was the first Resident Evil game that I actually beat. I don't know. I think it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know that it can be better than 2.
Yeah.
I think in the end 2 is better.
I think my main worry. I know the game will be no worse than good. I worry if I'm gonna feel like didn't I just do this with a Tyrant with Mr. X, in RE2, and I hope I'm wrong. I want to love this game, but yeah, if this game ends up being better than Final Fantasy and Watch Dogs and maybe Horizon 2 and Streets of Rage 4,
Last of Us
Part 2, my God, what's wrong with me? Then that means it's probably the best Resident Evil ever. Period.
One thing I'm curious to see how it plays out is how does Nemesis compare to Mr. X? So the way I remember it in 3, yeah, there's parts where Nemesis is just like walking or sometimes like running after you. And you got to run or fight him off or whatever. But I remember Nemesis being a lot of like jump scares, like hum-de-dum, and he like busts through a wall or whatever. Whereas 2, there was a little bit of that, but 2, the remake I'm talking,
yeah,
just hearing Mr. X
he's just always there.
Yeah, it's just like you just hear him walking around, and it's like
he was like Jason
somewhere.
Like he didn't need a freaking flamethrower or rocket launcher. He was just, he ended up getting a weapon at the end, but he was just Jason. Like he was like, I see you, and I'm going to walk very slowly, and I'm going to catch you, and I'm going to cave your face in when I punch it.
Like I still say that something about, Nemesis is more or less, he's this game's version of Mr. X, except faster and has like weapons.
Yeah.
Somehow, at least the weapons portion of it, I don't know why. To me, it makes him less scary. He's obviously more scary from a holy crap, how do I deal with this kind of standpoint, but just a like, oh God, like off-putting, just like, just being freaked out kind of standpoint. I feel like the weapons take away from it, and I don't know. I can't really put it into words why, but like, I don't know. So I'm curious. I'm sure I'll still be scared to death playing this game, but I'm curious to see how that all plays out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Mr. X didn't need it. He's just like, I'm going to walk over there and I'm going to kill you, and I don't need anything else to do it. You can't get away from me.
Yeah,
it's not like Jason was chasing people with a freaking Gatling gun or something.
Yeah.
He's just like, no, I'm going to walk over there with my knife.
Well, just think about it. It's just so much more personal. Like any kind of scary movie, the bad guy's never got a gun. He's got like a knife or like a hook, or he's just going to like strangle you. Like it's so much more personal. If Scream or Friday the 13th or whatever, the bad guy, his weapon was like a pistol. Like it wouldn't be scary.
Right.
I guess you could still make the movie scary, but there's something about that like close up, like, yeah, I don't know. It's more personal, I guess, and the weapons kind of psychologically and physically
they like
pull you apart. Like it's not as like in your face. I'm sure he will very much be in your face, but I don't know. I'm curious to see how it plays out. I'm sure it'll still be just terrifying. But yeah.
One funny thing that just made me think of, completely off topic. I got over there to pick up Elias on Wednesday or something, and Dad was like, "Oh, we watched Saw last night." And I was like
the original.
You watched Saw? He said, I said, the horror movie? And he's like, Better Call Saul. I was like, oh, I thought you said Saw. I was like, and Mom was like, oh yeah, I watched it. I was like, what? I was like, what the hell world am I living in that Mom would watch Saw? She didn't. It was Saw. It's all good, man. All right, next up, the last item on the news before we get to the wrap up. Yacht Club Games had their second ever Presents stream. Cyber Shadow is out this fall. I can't wait. That game looks so freaking awesome. I cannot wait to play it. It's Ninja Gaiden with like robot ninjas and stuff.
Now, is this
so
like,
excited for?
Is it like Metroidvania or is it more just?
I don't think so. I think it's more level. I think it's just levels.
Okay. Yeah.
It does have amiibo support. You can unlock exclusive content on the Switch if you've got any Shovel Knight amiibos. 'Cause Yacht Club didn't make this; they're just publishing it. I forget who makes it. I think it might be one person, which is just insane. Shovel Knight is in the game because he's in everything. I think he's like an assist or something. He's not like, but I mean, hell, Shovel Knight was in freaking Bloodstain.
Yeah,
he's everywhere. You can now get Shovel Knight stickers applications on your iPhone or Android if you would like to send stickers.
I mean, I don't even know.
I've got like Last of Us stickers on here.
I'd say I wouldn't even know how to get them, how to use them. I guess you can just send them in a message instead of like where you would look up.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly.
So you go like, Uncharted. Yay! Here's Drake eating a burger, and here's playing video games. Prince Ali, and then it's just stickers apps, and like here's Joel, here's Ellie having a good time.
Sorry, I'm not even talking to them.
How you download a sticker app on iOS,
like through messages, or you go to the App Store.
You just go to the
like.
App
Do you
Store.
actually have an Uncharted sticker app?
It just installs it in your messages.
Okay, I got you. Well, now I kind of want to look and see what else is available.
So there's that. They said Shovel Knight Dig development is, quote, going well, and it will not be out this year. It will be out in 2021.
I mean, that's fine.
I'm still iffy on that game. I don't know. But they did announce they are also working on 2 new games. One is a new IP. The other one, damn sure, better be Shovel Knight 2.
I'm not holding my breath.
It better be. And then they also announced Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon, which is a roguelite falling blocks puzzle game hybrid with Shovel Knight characters.
Okay.
There is a story mode, a 2-player versus mode, and the soundtrack is by Jake Kaufman. I assume, I could be wrong, but I think he's the guy that did Shovel Knight as well. And it introduces a new character, Puzzle Knight.
Puzzle Knight.
Any thoughts on Shovel Knight's announcements? On Yacht Club Games' announcements? I'm happy. What did I say? What I said, Games' or something?
Yacht Club Games' announcements.
I'm excited for Cyber Shadow. I'm glad.
I'm way more
feel
excited.
like it should have been out already, but I cannot wait to play that game.
Yeah, part of me is like, ugh, I don't want to wait till fall, but it's also like I'm gonna have plenty to do.
We're about to
now
get
and
busy.
then. Yeah, like Sean Paul.
It's not Sean Paul.
Yes, it is.
It was.
Your And now you're Enchantress for some reason.
And now it's time for the wrap up. Hideo Kojima is receiving the BAFTA Fellowship, which is their highest award. Congratulations, sir. I know you're watching. Sabotage, the studio behind The Messenger, is announcing their new game on March 19th, which is 18 days from we're recording this. I'm very excited to see what that is. I assume it's another pixel-based awesome game, and I can't wait to see it. The Messenger was freaking awesome. I loved it on Switch. I loved it even more on PS4. Controlled even better on there. I got the Platinum, obviously. I cannot wait to see what they do next. I loved The Messenger.
I mean, they've set the bar pretty high.
Yeah. Floyd Araya, IRAIA, I'm just going to call him Floyd, was announced as the last playable character for Streets of Rage 4. They also showed off 2-player online co-op and 4-player local co-op.
That's going to be... I mean, that's cool.
I wish
there was
4-player was
4-player
online also.
Yeah.
So me and you and Bernardo and whoever can all get... And Logan would probably be the other one.
Yeah.
Can all get online and play that together. It'd be awesome. Square Enix announced this past week that they will have no next-gen exclusives until, quote, further down the road. So any games they're releasing, they will come out on PS4 and 5, the One and the Series X, etc.
Yeah, that's my...
Right. Harmonix unveiled Fuser, a new game that they think is going to bring rhythm games back. It's described as, quote, a non-stop virtual music festival where you control the music. It's like DJ Hero, but it's a festival, is what I gathered from it.
To me, these kind of games only work... Like, Guitar Hero works because you know the songs.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure there's some people, plenty of people, who can play, like, Beat Saber and be like, oh, I love this song. But, like, I played it. It was kind of fun, but it's not... I'm like, when I don't know this song, it means nothing to me. So if it's purely just, like, a rhythm, like, I don't know. If it's not songs, like, music that I know, I don't care. Yeah.
I don't care, period. But I'm happy if people are happy. The Wonderful 101 Remastered is out May 19th. Also, Project GG was announced from Platinum Games, which is their first self-published title, and is supposedly the spiritual successor to Beautiful Joe and The Wonderful 101. Congratulations to them. Games with Gold were announced for March. The X-Bone is getting Batman, The Enemy Within, which is Batman Season 2. Didn't they just get Season 1 like last month? Or 2 months ago?
Very recent, I think.
And then Shantae, Half Genie Hero. I've never played those games, but I feel like they've made 15 or 20 of them. They look like really fun, old school platform action games. They look really cool, and they're supposed to be pretty good. The Xbox 360 backwards compatibility as well is getting Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. Didn't they just get Lords of Shadow 1 last month? Am I crazy?
I don't remember.
And then Sonic Generations, which is a much better game than what Sony is giving. PlayStation Plus games were announced for March, and they are Shadow of the Colossus, which we both own.
That is correct.
And Sonic Forces, which neither of us want to own.
I don't remember. I don't even know what that is.
Remember when Sonic Mania came out, and it was awesome? And then later that year, they put out the 3D Sonic game, which was not awesome?
That's
that.
So it's like Sonic... What was that one game? Well... But I mean, it's I don't mean this in a bad way. So it's like that terrible Sonic game. It's that
it's
kind
not
of
that bad, but it's that.
No, I know it's not
yeah.
that bad, but it's okay. It's
where
that,
you like your jump, you're like, and then you go up and there's like a target. Not only that, you don't even play as Sonic for all this game. You create your own character to start the game, your own Sonic kind of character, and then
now
you
what
team
is
up with
Sonic
him and stuff. Forces.
Generations.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you know it's better than.
I know
Sonic
it's
Forces.
better than Sonic Forces. And Shadow of the Colossus, I mean, I'm just upset because I'm going to say Xbox wins this month. It's mostly because I already have Shadow of the Colossus. And I think
if I didn't buy that game,
yeah.
I'd be like, well, PS Plus.
Yes,
but
exactly.
Even knowing that I didn't end up caring for the game that much, if I had never played it, I would have been over the moon to see it on there. So, yeah. But whatever.
I'm giving it to Xbox this month. Congratulations,
yeah.
Microsoft.
Now, is that Castlevania a Metroidvania?
It's the last Castlevania game they made, unfortunately. That's the sequel to Lords of Shadow, obviously, but that's the 3D Castlevania. Yeah. And it's the first one was okay. The second one's supposed to just not be good.
Okay.
So it sounds good in name. Ooh, 3D Castlevania game for free. Awesome, but it's not that good a game. It's not that good a game. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 107. Oh, this was the wonderful 171 episode.
Yeah.
Yay. I don't know what that noise was that he did. Of the Two Player Co-op Podcast, thank you guys so much for being here. As always, you can find us on nerd901.com where they're uniting nerds across the Mid-South and the multiverse. Uniting. Made up a new word. Also, check out Ernie, the Blur Without Fear, youtube.com/Blur Without Fear. Obviously, on Twitter, you can find us at KevinWhite24. He's at Real Sean White. Together, we're at 2player_co-op.
Oh, also, I don't know the deets. Probably just be at Twitch TV/Nerd901.
Oh, yeah, you're doing the thing.
March 20th, we're doing a live stream benefiting Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Not to be confused with Big Daddies, Little Sisters.
Whoa.
Oh, the other thing that's cool, in 2, there are Big Sisters.
Am I crazy, or do the Big Daddies started getting more? Because I got it seems like where I'm at now, they're not called Rosie anymore.
There's Rosie, there's Bouncer,
I got Elite Bouncers is what I got to.
Yeah.
Seems like they were a little quicker.
They take a little bit more damage, but to me, it's like every single one I got to was easier than the previous one just because
you get used to it.
You get used to it and you're getting better weapons and whatever. But yeah, March 20th, I don't know the time. I want to say it's like 7 to midnight Central Time. We're doing a live stream benefiting Big Brothers, Big Sisters. We're doing some tabletop gaming. It'll be my first time. It's something that ever since we met Ernie, we've been talking about, wanting to do it. I'll be there. I don't think Kevin will. Maybe you're more than welcome to, but so we're going to be playing some games, probably drinking some drinks, just having a good time, raising money for a good cause. So if you're into that kind of thing, check it out,
Is that
stop in, check it out. That's a Friday.
Friday? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All the other things. That's it for episode 171. If you're watching live, thank you so much for watching. We're gonna go offline. We're gonna go offline, and then we're gonna come back here in a few minutes. And we might be playing a little bit of games. So you should also make sure you go to twitch.tv/2player_co-op because you never know when Sean's gonna turn my amiibo the wrong way. That's it for this week. We'll be back next week with 172. But until that time, Sean, gonna take us out.
Thank you for playing.